In today's video, we're going to talk about crying and the benefits it has for your health and well-being. I'm Dr. Brett and I'm here to make a difference in men's lives so they can move forward to be the best versions of themselves by dealing with their shit and moving forward. So let's talk about crying. For those of you that know me and a lot of my friends out there who watch my videos, they know I've always been an emotional fella and I do have a bit of a cry occasionally. And so I just want to touch on that today because we as men are sometimes brought up believing that men don't cry, men have to be tough, men have to be strong. And when it comes to the crying aspect, that's just total bullshit. Everyone cries. Humans are the only animals on the planet that actually cry for emotion and cry tears for that particular reason. And crying itself has so many different benefits to it. For the first and foremost, it basically just releases any pent-up anger or issues that you may have. So it just is a massive, massive relief. It allows you to bounce back from trauma. It can be really self-soothing because it regulates your emotions. It just calms you. It allows for your stress to decrease. And a lot of this stuff that when I mentioned today, including that, is all basically been shown in different research that they've done over the years. One of the things that happens when you actually cry, it actually releases the hormones, oxytocin and endorphins. And what that is basically feel-good hormones. So it makes you feel better in yourself. So it actually can ease your physical and emotional pain, as well as increasing your mood or your sense of well-being. So the other thing it does, it actually releases stress chemicals and hormones in your tears as well. They've actually tested your tears and it comes out that those negative chemicals and toxins are actually released at the time. Emotionally, it can help you move forward as well, but it also shows that you may require some support. So if people see you that you are crying or are emotional, they actually can just give you a bit of emotional support that you need. And for me, when and there's been times where I've been quite depressed and I've been up watching TV, Kim's in bed, and all of a sudden something will overwhelm me and I just start crying. I remember one night Kim got up. I was trying to be a quiet crier, I wasn't. She gets up and she sees me and she goes, "Oh, you're not in a good way, are you?" And I said, "No." And she just sat there on the couch with me, gave me a hug. And that's the rallying of support, that's the release. And I did feel better after the cry, and I did feel better. Obviously with her support and her love that was there as well. But a lot of times, especially as men, we push things down all the time. I've talked about this before. We sort of compress things and push things down, pretend nothing's wrong. But sometimes having a massive emotional release and having a really good cry, maybe just the first step in regards to your healing process. Just take that next step about moving forward with your life and where you can be in a better place for yourself. But for me, one of the big things is it opens your heart and it really makes you connect deeper inside yourself rather than the superficial stuff that you pretend everything's okay. So by connecting with your heart and connecting with that deeper issue, it really is important that you do that. So it allows you to, apart from connecting with yourself, it allows you to connect with others as well, because you've got that deeper feeling and deeper emotions with what goes with life itself, pretty much. So when it comes to the belief around men that they shouldn't cry, like I said before, that's total bullshit. I've earned my tears, and if I cry, I'm not embarrassed about it anymore. I still get emotional about things and I'll tear up even if I'm telling stories. I had a talk the other day, I had a half an hour talk in front of 20 men, 25 men, and I spoke about different things from my past, and I got emotional when I was talking about it. And I actually said at the time, I said, I don't get embarrassed by this anymore. I've earned these tears. I've had my own journey in my own life. And if people don't like that, that's just too bad, because for me, I think having the tears come out is actually cathartic. It helps with your emotions, it improves your mood, and for me, I've earned the right to have those tears. And do I cry everywhere whenever I want? No, I try to, obviously there's still circumstances when you probably don't need to, but definitely if you show some emotions, it actually allows you to connect with people more. And connection's a massive part of life. And like I said, I've earned my tears, and if I'm going to get emotional and let it out, then I'm going to let it out. So I really encourage you to, if you need a good tear, and the studies have shown that women in America, they actually cry 3.5 times a month, and men cry twice a month. So even though we pretend we don't, we still actually do. We maybe not admit it to everybody, but we do still have a cry. So go out there, and if you need to have a cry, get it out, make yourself feel better, and hopefully it'll be the first step to healing onto a much better road, emotional road, and help you to become a better person, a better man that you are, and set the examples to your children as well, because they need to know that it's all right to have a bit of a cry occasionally. So until next time, enjoy the beautiful spring weather, the blossom in the background. Peace and love to you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye.